So I'm back. Thanks for, staying tuned, whatever the case may be. I had to go take care of something like, oh, my eyes were running. It's the antihistamines. I don't know if there's more pollen in the air, but I just found out that I have allergies. But anyways, aside from that, back to this picture. Oops, upside down. This picture. Yes. So after being kind of like shocked about the prices for two of us to eat, woo, goodness gracious. The guy comes over like, oh, do you want to take a picture of the lovely couple? So we're like, yeah, sure, whatever. So we're thinking like the picture is going to be like, I don't know, $10, whatever the case may be. So he brings us back two of these pictures, one for her and one for me. He says that both of these pictures cost $50 for two pictures. $50. And mind you, we had already had cameras of ourselves because we've never been in such a fancy restaurant like that. I mean, we've eaten out at great restaurants, but this was the fanciest of the fanciest. So black folks, we were snapping everything. We were snapping our food, snapping dessert, snapping pictures of us inside there, snapping pictures outside, snapping pictures of the crystal chandeliers. We were just so ghetto. But hey, you only live once, and God only knows when I'm going to eat there again. Hopefully soon, but I don't know when I'm going to eat there again. So anyways, yes, two of these pictures were for $50. Now, our bill was already almost like $300, so I'm like, okay, we looked at each other like, yeah, we're, highly educated and can pay for these, pictures without any problem. But I was like, I'm not going to pay for that. So he was like, I'll slide you a deal. Two for $40. And then I felt like, well, is he doing this because we're black? Because every other table, he went to, he was just like $50 flat, whatever case may be, and they paid it. But I guess because, we're black and don't expect black people to really have that much money, he slid us a deal. And then hence, we took the deal, and I got my fabulous picture. And it is absolutely a wonderful place. Tavern on the Green is in Central Park. So if you're from New York City and live in the area like I do, or you're from anywhere else in the country, go to Tavern on the Green. When you got money, don't put it on a credit card. If you got to put it on a credit card, that means your ass can't afford it, because I paid cash for it. Cash, $300-some, cash for it. So only go there when you have money. Only when you have money. Yes. So that was just another story that I wanted to show you. I was going down memory lane. And then I have a couple of prized possessions that are, with me. And, the whole point of the matter is I wanted to show you these because, to me, these take me down, memory lane. I always wonder what do people have, like, what type of cards and stuff that they have in their wallet or that they carry with them. Well, there's two that I carry with me. One is my old law school, ID. This was to let me get into, I don't know if you can see it. This was so that I can get around the building, I can get into the dorms. So I lived in the dorms at the law school for a while, and to, get into certain places. Pace University has 3 campuses. So I lived in the dorms, and I also, my last semester, went to school in the downtown campus, which is downtown Manhattan. So I always needed to carry that with me, wherever I needed to go somewhere. And it was also, you have to swipe this to get into the dorm building. So I always keep that because it takes me down memory lane. Right, Sherry? And also, here is, I don't have one for my other degrees, but here is my master's degree. They give you the little card. I don't know if you can see, but here's my master's degree, and I carry it with me because I just think that it's just like it's so real. It shows that I've accomplished something. It makes me feel good about my life. I'm successful, I'm financially secure, mentally stable for now. I'm only 24. God only knows what can happen in 10 years from now. Physically fit, just having a wonderful time in life. And those two things show me that you can do something with your life. You can go out there and grasp whatever it is that you want to do. There is no problems with, with going outside of the box. Don't follow everybody, left when you want to go right. Don't do that. Because then if you do that, then that just makes you a wolf in the pack. Like, you're not standing out. Like, a lot of, in my life, a lot of things have been, taken out of context. Like, oh goodness, I'm trying not to cry. But I'm a product of, I'm a ward of the state. And I'm just telling the world this because it's something that I think that I want you guys to see, that I'm a black boy, I'm a black man who was a ward of the state. You know, I lived in foster homes. My parents had me at a very young age. They were 17, 18 when they got married, and they had me a year later, and I thank them for staying together as long as they did. You know, they separated in 95, and I had a lot of behavioral problems because I didn't understand them, and they were too young to really be parents. So I was placed in and out of foster care from the city all the way to upstate New York, and just like all these different things. And the people who were around me that I grew up with, you know, I first moved from New York City. I'm born in New York City, and I first moved upstate to Poughkeepsie. I mean, you're familiar with that, but I moved upstate to Poughkeepsie when I was really young. And I noticed that a lot of people there, everyone's family-oriented. Everybody is related. Everybody, oh, this is my cousin, or that's my uncle, or that's my aunt. I didn't have that. The only thing I had was, you know, my parents. And then once they had moved up there, I went to another group home, and they did their own thing. So I never really had that whole family bonding situation with people in that area because all my family is from the city. So I did a lot of lying. I did a lot of just lying about who I really was because I don't want people to judge me for the real things that were going on. Like, I was jealous at the fact that I couldn't get Jordans every week because the group home wouldn't do that, or I didn't have the latest clothes, or I couldn't, you know, stay out late, or I didn't have a car, or different things like that. So I just made up this elaborate story to make my life fit in with the rest of them. And you know what? That shit does not matter at the end of the day. And I'll never forget this lady who worked at the group home that I was in, Gwen. She told me that. She was like, you know, baby, you're saying X, Y, and Z to these people to get them to like you, but they're going to like you regardless. Or whether they're going to either not like you or like you regardless of what you tell them. It's all about your character. And I didn't understand that then. But now, thank God, now I got out of that and I moved away from that area and I went to Miami and I did what I needed to do to go to undergrad and to come back for grad school and do that and now get a professional degree and like just all of these different things. It's a work in progress. It is really a work in progress. And I can tell you, and anybody can tell you who knows me from high school, I was a low man on the totem pole. I was popular not because I was liked. I was popular because I was controversy. Nobody really knew who I was. And I was always had a bad attitude and a chip on my shoulder and so on and so forth. And the same thing with undergrad. I took some of those characteristics from high school and brought them to undergrad, and it wasn't until I went to grad school to where I matured and figured out, you know what, why am I living my life for other people? You know, God made me this way. God had me go through these things for a certain reason, so why try to live up to people who don't really care? They don't care about you. They only care about what you can tell them, what you can give them. And now, honey, now, I have no reason to tell any lies because here I am with, you know, just successful, you know, highly educated. I've been places. I've been out the country. I'm working on things. You know, my life is together, and it's all because of the hard work that I put in. And you guys can do it too. I'm no one. I'm just a person who had a dream, who wanted to be out there and do what they can, and that's what, you know, that's what transpired in my work ethic. And now I still have a long way to go. I'm only 24, like I said, and there's still a lot of things I want to accomplish. You know, I'm not perfect. I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to have bad days, but everyone out there who is really trying to aspire to be something different, you can do it. You just only need one person to believe in you and to believe in your dreams. And if you have people around you that you're talking about you want to go back to school, or you want to move away, or you want to get that job, or you want to do something there, and they're like, oh, and they always say something with something, you say something positive, and they say with the negative, get rid of them. Get rid of those people. But life has truly been fulfilling. And I hope I got off topic, but I will see you in part 3 because I feel like I'm about to cry, all right? Whew. Bye.